Welcome back, SEC Unfiltered Faithful, if you will. We are back again on another fantastic Friday night in the SEC as some of those finals are starting to roll in. We'll be hanging out all day. I do say we because Harrison Fant is eating Mexican food at a place in Atlanta, Georgia, and will be joining us here shortly. Lots of fantastic games to get to. As people roll in, let's start with kind of the obvious ones that we need to get out of the way. Missouri, they are officially on winless watch. They drop the entire series against Oklahoma as they get swept today, 12-1 and 17-7. Easton Carmichael homers in the first inning of both games. Missouri sits at 0-18. There is some good news, developing story out of a conference that I will not be naming. Missouri might not be the only winless team in the country, as there's a team that might have to forfeit a few games using an ineligible player, if you will. So Missouri might have some company as the only winless team in college baseball. In terms of their conference, it's just been an absolute turd of a year for Carrick Johnson and the boys. They've had the injury bug pretty much all year. Here is how they fare in SEC games. 7-run loss, 1-run loss, 7-run loss, 3-run loss, 7-run loss, 8-run loss, 11-3-6, 18-10-14, 9-5-1, 13-10, and 11. It is just a terrible, terrible time to be a Missouri Tigers baseball fan. They will get Alabama, who is kind of going the wrong way, if you will. But Missouri is 0-18 in the conference. Let's start with another one of the biggest shocker, if you will. The Ole Miss Rebels go to Founders Park, drop 2 of 3 to the South Carolina Gamecocks. Gamecocks win 7-2 today. It was a really dominant outing. They've had back-to-back really good dominant outings from their starting pitching. Ole Miss, I do not know what happened to the Ole Miss Rebels. I mean, they were one of the hottest teams in the country. They were one of the best teams in the country. And now they really can't get stuff figured out. James McCoy was great again. Jonah Williams has arrived in Austin. Yes, he has. He had that 2 RBI single for the Horns there. Freak athlete, really great kid. It's great to see him kind of get in there. I'll turn the brightness down here on my light, as my light's pretty bright in my face. But it's been just I have a question though for the Texas fans that are in the chat. How many guys do you think that they could run out? Because it seems like every time they have an injury, the next guy that they bring in just immediately goes off. Like we saw it with Casey Borba when he got to play. It's just been Jonah Williams has those 2 hits. I thought that they might go with Matt Scott. But, you know, he's another guy. Jonah Williams earned his shot to start. I would say so. He's a menace on the base pass. He plays really good left field. If his body's good to go, if he's taking mature at-bats, I don't see anything. See anything you've never seen before to Jake. Harrison Fant, I haven't seen him before today. Immediately showing up late as he is back after a week from the Masters. I think Gig'em Bart said it at 18 minutes. It's going to be an exciting one if he can see that, but I don't think he's going to make it. I'm going to take the over on that one. I think he's going to pop in here at around the 25-minute mark. That's my guess. See you next weekend. Yep, I cannot wait for Texas A&M Texas next weekend. If we'll get to the Arkansas one here in a little bit, I will be at the Tennessee LSU series, if you will. That's another one that I'm really, really excited about. Ironically, I picked the LSU Tennessee series, booked hotels and everything, because I thought everybody in national media was going to be on Texas and Texas A&M. Turns out the opposite. It's going to kind of be a little bit of a tight squeeze at the LSU press box next weekend. But, you know, you get to see another weekend with Tony V, another weekend with Jay and the boys. I'm excited to see LSU for the first time. Yep, Aggie is next victim. Yeah, you know, there's been a lot of talk going around, especially from Billy Lucci, about the lightness of Texas's schedule as they have played all of their top teams at home and they played Kentucky and Missouri on the road. I mean, they're still playing good teams. It's not like they're running and playing like Baylor and Utah. So I don't see any issue with it. I mean, Texas has definitely proved that they're the number 1 team in the country. I will say this, LSU and Georgia are both teams that are a million times better at home than on the road. Hello from the Yeti Yard, them horns as hell, and Jonah Williams is a dog. Yeah, you get to chirp him right there. So just you're a lot closer to Jonah than me. The band is out there at the game. I definitely did get a little bit of FOMO down in Austin as the band looked like it was one of the best things there. Wah, always cried about something. Yeah, I would say that. They do get a little bit of a pass because you still have to beat Georgia. You still have to beat LSU. You still have to beat Auburn. I mean, Auburn's been good on the road, if you will. But, you can't really predict who's going to be good in the SEC. Everybody thought Auburn was going to be a little bit down. That one's kind of one of the toughest ones. Do you think Auburn or Arkansas will end up being a top 8 with how tough the rest is going to be? Yeah, I do. Iron sharpens iron with the Razorbacks. I mean, they're a high-quality team. If that game ends up getting canceled, I think a lot of people will kind of not hold it against Arkansas. At the end of the day, they went to Georgia and dropped 2 of 3. They'll have to get some stuff figured out. They're going to, pitching Gage Wood, I think, was a little bit of a mistake, but, DVH trusts him a little bit more than me, I would say. I think that they should have gone with Gackle, but Gackle was great out of the bullpen for him in game 1. Jace Lavallette's just been on just an unreal tear. And the thing that's been impressive to me about Texas A&M as we kind of transition is that they do it in a variety of different ways. It seems like they always have one guy that kind of carries the torch for them every single weekend, like Jace Lavalette having all 3 of their RBIs. Last week it was Blake Benderup breaking out. It was another one where it's like Ben Arroyo broke out, Bear Harrison. They always seem to have somebody that kind of carries the torch. But back to the original question. Yeah. It's tough. I feel like, Texas is a lock to be a top 8 seed. Tennessee, one of the AC, I think Clemson, Oregon. I would rather it be Oregon State. But the flip side of that is you could always be the 9 seed and then you're 8 games up at Oregon State. So who knows? Luch was. I think that was a troll, by the way. I don't think he was actually serious about that. I think he's just loves kind of trolling y'all a little bit. What is Harrison's Mexican food order? I'll have to ask him when he gets in. Actually, I have a picture of it as we talk about it. A&M is about to start again, but expect another delay shortly. That's interesting. Harrison said he'll be on in 10 minutes ago. So Harrison gets chicken and rice. What a boring ass meal. Boo Harrison when he comes in here. What's my order? Fajitas or birria tacos? I do. I like, yes, it is very messy. I'm a very messy eater. 2 more outs here to go with the dish. Credit to all the Texas fans that were there last year. It was not an easy time to be a Texas fan last year, and they're kind of sticking it out here. The Yeti Yards looks absolutely rowdy. The game has resumed. Wow, let's close it out. I would be shocked if they don't go into another delay here very shortly. Valentis is in for the 2nd night in a row. Do we see him a 3rd night in a row? They do a good job monitoring his pitch count. I can't believe the amount of bullpen guys that Texas can bring in. It's just been insane. Valentis is amazing. Yeah, some are saying he's the best freshman in the country. I'd have to go in and double check. Has there been a pitcher that's won SEC Freshman of the Year? I feel like it's always a hitter. SEC. Let's Google that one. Year baseball history. Shout out to Gonk. Beam won it in 22. I'm stupid. I remember that. And Ginn won it in 19. Pitchers win it pretty frequently. That was kind of a dumb thing. Honestly, I wish we would. Win when you can, Thomas. Crazy things have happened in the SEC. Auburn has a really dynamic offense that can score. If you have a chance to close it out, if you have a chance to win it, my philosophy is throw your guy and worry about all that tomorrow. Harrison is cleaning, eating. Yeah, probably. With queso. Doyle shoved again tonight. What's new with Liam Doyle? I think that everybody that I've doubted has just kind of, made me eat my words, Liam Doyle included. I loved the kiss that he blew at the dugout. I thought that was amazing. He just goes as he walks off the field like he's kissing him goodbye. Just an awesome thing to say. Chat, I am on my last beer. Well, you might have to DoorDash some, Bart. So we need to maybe Harrison can hook you up. Harrison and Jake both say I'm from Texas. I find that very sacrilegious. I do not say tortilla like that. I definitely say it how it's supposed to. I worked in a Mexican restaurant. I can't believe you would even entertain that I talk like that. Schuessler, Farmer are going to be, yes. Texas, yes, Schuessler, Farmer, and Jonah Williams were big. Yeah, the Schuess was loose. He had the home run. He had that RBI where they threw the ball away. Gasparino was on base, I feel like, a ton. He had that great catch in center field. They played insanely good defense. If they can get Adrian Rodriguez back to 100%, they can get him to third base. You can get Jacquay Stewart back into that DH role. I think that's when this team really becomes a dangerous team. I'm excited to see kind of where they go, though. It's a really talented bunch. I mean, it really is a fight at the bat route. Don't let Cannon Peebles get hot. Yeah. He's been great so far. He's another guy that, the game's really rewarded him. Ben Royo Bomb. Hey, let's go. Ben Royo Bomb. Really love that for Ben Royo. Shout out to Ben Royo. Let me see if I can get the live game up again. Someone was pirating the game on YouTube earlier when I was watching it. He switched to the Texas game. That's funny. Let me see. I'll get that one up because I think Texas has pretty much wrapped that one up. Let's see. Oh, yeah. There we go. And Jamal George has a double. Good for him. I thought that was a really interesting one, that they went with Jamal George out and left. You didn't know if they were going to bring in Gavin Cash. You didn't know what they were really going to do, but Jamal George has really rewarded him. I say that as he's 0 for 2. Well, I guess he did just hit the double. What'd they do with Keel then if he played left? Sorry, I didn't look at the lineup between game 1 and game 2. Chad, I might need to have that out. What'd they do with here? Yeah, I mean, I guess that's where it is then. Sorry, I'll come back up and don't. I love Gumbo, man. I'm a big Gumbo fan. I love it when people kind of find their role, if you will. I absolutely love that Gumbo had a big double tonight. Shout out to Gumbo for him. Arkansas offense has been bad this week. Justin Thomas was pretty good earlier. A&M's, I don't think that, Weston Moss has been trending in the right direction. I just think that was more it. I'm betting there will be some visible stain. We'll have to double, or maybe some grease stains on Harrison's shirt. All right, yeah, give him hell, Thomas. We'll see you here in a little bit. Shout out to the Horns. Let's see if Ike Irish hits a bomb here. You have to let me know in the chat if he does, because I do not have that game up. 2 outs and down 5. Yeah, Ike it's really kind of been Ike Irish and everybody else today. I think they just ran into a buzzsaw. I will say this. I think that this is kind of the weird thing about Texas is hot, cold, hot. They seem to get every single team. This is completely Billy Lucci logic, by the way, that they seem to get every team in the country when they're at their hottest. So when they come to Austin, they're coming back down off of being hot, and that Texas actually isn't really that good. They just get teams when they're cold. That's a ridiculous thing, by the way. I saw somebody post that online. Luch logic. I love Billy Lucci, by the way. Billy Lucci's been really nice to me. Yeah, Ike Irish says that's what they did last year. DVH is going to the pin. It was especially when Cooper McMurray went down and Drink Beeham. You can probably back me up on this. Like, it really was just Ike Irish and the boys, and sometimes the boys wouldn't show up. Jamal in left, TK in right, Jason center. Interesting. So did they DH Sorrell, or did they have Shot in? That'll be interesting. But yeah, Valantis closes it out. I think he's going to be the freshman of the year. All three off. Ike Irish. I absolutely love Ike Irish. I do feel a little bit bad that he's the only one that's kind of producing this weekend. That offense really was rolling last weekend for Auburn. They've had great at bats from Derek Fabian. I was actually talking about his brother on a podcast tonight. So shout out to the Fabian boys. If you remember Jed Fabian from Florida, yet another SEC win. Yep. Texas, you probably, I hate to say it, you need to root for A&M against Arkansas tonight, because that will push your lead up to 3 in the SEC, as Tennessee, I believe, is 3. I'd have to go in and double check that. I remember Shoddy DH'd game 3. Beetlecheese is a lefty, so I thought that was kind of interesting. So I guess they're platooning him. So I still don't know what the plan is with Gavin Cash. He was completely off all injury reports with everything. Sorelazov probably going to pinch hit. It is commercial there. Yep, McMurray K's in Texas wins it. I hate to rub salt on the wounds, drink local, but if you wear white pants on the road, maybe you deserve to lose. I'd rather see those all orange. That'd be the one thing that I would really like, is not the all orange, the all navy set. I'd rather you wear an all navy set on the road than just wearing white pants. I think that's so sacrilegious. Which, speaking of uniforms, shout out to the South Carolina Gamecocks that rip off the Dodgers, if you will, with their uniforms, and then immediately go out and play like them and win 2 over Ole Miss. They're bringing in Carson Wiggins. Oh, geez. Carson Wiggins is amazing. How many guys can Arkansas run out that throw 100 miles an hour, by the way? Joshy. Yeah. Hey, good to see you, Josh. Shout out to, passing the bar. So if any of y'all need a lawyer, Joshy Manning Esquire has you covered. Big shout out to him. Ignore the Arch Manning profile picture. He's definitely not a burner account. The other thing, too, is Vandy really kind of taking it to Georgia this weekend, too. They have a chance to go for the series here as they're up 7-3 in the 6th. LSU, I think, is going to close that one up. Alabama is quickly going the wrong way. I know that we have a lot of Texas and Texas A&M fans in the chat. Quietly look at what's going on at Alabama after they took 2 of 3 at OU, which, again, they really battled. It was a good series victory for them. 2 of 3 to Auburn. 2 of 3 to Mississippi State. They're about to lose tonight to make it 2 straight for LSU, so they're going to need a Sunday salvage. So they are 2-6 in their last 8 games in the SEC. They do get Missouri this past weekend, but they were a team that we're talking about as being a national host. I had them as far as 5th in the country, and they just didn't get the job done. We have passed the 15-minute mark, so if you had those tickets for Harrison Fant being under 15 minutes, go ahead and crumple those up. I'll catch up on the chat here in a little bit. This Texas team is different. Like you said, their depth is crazy no matter who. Yes, it's an insane thing. The other thing, too, that I think is pretty cool is that when they have guys go down, they don't really sulk. I know there's a lot of times in the country where everybody kind of hangs their head. Like we've seen it with Arizona and Summerhill. A&M's looked like a completely different offense with Sorrell. That when you have somebody of the caliber of Max Blue go down, everybody kind of pouts, and Texas really hasn't missed a beat. And at the end of the day, I don't know, this is not me speculating, but, Jared Spencer, your Friday night guy, only throwing 3 innings, could be out, next week just as a precaution. Your, first round starting right fielder out for the year, if you will. Your stud freshman third baseman has missed time. Your catchers missed time. Kimball's not at 100%. And at the end of the day, they have a 2-game lead in the SEC, 2.5. Walked Lavalette Smart. Yep. Auburn broke Bama. I'd say, they broke Zane Adams. Zane Adams really hasn't looked quality at all since that Auburn weekend. It'll be interesting tomorrow as we get Chase Shores for St. Adams, which, by the way, it is wild that LSU's Sunday guy is going against Bama's Friday guy, and LSU still has the pitching advantage. I don't know how many SEC guys in the country. Jake needs a closet. I do, yeah. This is actually a spare bedroom. I'm running out of room. I need a third one. The eyes of Texas. It's weird. A lot of people said that Texas wasn't going to be SEC ready, and then they go out and get probably the most SEC ready coach that can get you there in Jim Sauce-Nagel. Sauces and staff are unbelievable. It really is. Max Wiener with the pitching staff. I talked about it on another podcast. Troy Tulowitzki's as the hitting coach is probably not getting talked about too enough. I mean, if you think about it, he basically rebuilt Will Gasparino. Jalen Flores has added more power. It was a very good balancing act of recruiting elite guys coming in. The guys that were there and were leaders took on new roles. Jim Schlossnagle joked at the beginning of the season, it felt like, this entire team was a portal because even guys that were there this last year felt like a portal. It was not a full rebuild. Texas is hitting. Yep. They're doing great. That's 3 top 10 wins. Shout out to, I assume that's about Texas, not doing the I love you, if you will. That's that. I think it's more than 3 series. Yeah. A&M might even be ranked next week. Who knows? Shocking. Everyone says Texas. I know. Jim Schlossnagle kind of makes everybody. I literally fell down when Duplantier got an RBI double. Good to see it. I really like it. What do Sips look like when Nolan Cain leaves? Nolan Cain's incredible. I don't think he's leaving though this year. I think he's going to stick around for a little longer, from what I've heard. He's been offered a few high level jobs, if you will, and he's turned them all down. He's really looking for his niche. Oh, A&M added on 5-2. Sorry, I was reading some stats on Alabama. It's been really nice. I think LSU is going to end up finishing off Alabama. Yep, that has gone final down in Baton Rouge. The LSU Tigers behind a fantastic pitching outing from Anthony Ianson will beat Bama 4-3. Bama really did chip away, if you will. They get 1 in the 9th, 1 in the 7th. And we have the man of the hour, Harrison Fant. Harrison, you beat my time. I had said 25 minutes. So you beat mine. I think Gig and Bart had 15. Chinook had 15.
Let's go.
So they believe.
We had some family friends that just left that my parents had over for dinner, so I came for that. With the holiday weekend and whatnot. But
what hat is that you're wearing?
What says 19th hole?
Yeah, oh my God. Is that one of your Masters hole?
This is not a Masters hat, but this is a Masters polo, though.
Masters polo?
I had a Good Friday church service at 7 o'clock. Got back from that, ate dinner, and then jumped on here.
Us Princeton grad SGs, we have Passover this weekend. So
yeah, while you're wearing a Tennessee gaudy yellow hoodie.
This is actually Princeton orange because I'm a Princeton alumnus. So
alumnus of what?
Princeton.
In what?
Academics.
Of what?
School.
Honorary?
Yeah, I have an honorary degree from an Ivy League.
Gig and Bart, get him. Get on this man for not picking A&M this week.
Do you? I have no idea. That's going to be really tough. Do you think A&M warrants getting ranked if they finish this one off against Arkansas? They're still 22-16.
I mean, I think if anyone in this situation, like of the teams, would get ranked, it would be them because of them being the whole preseason #1 thing. But I mean, I'm just more impressed. And take this with a grain of salt. I think I'm more impressed with Vanderbilt.
Did you see South Carolina?
Well, yeah, that too. But what does that mean really for them? Like
they're still fighting.
Means a lot more, I think. Like to stay in the hosting conversation.
Been waiting. Yeah, I mean, Jonah's. You know Jonah Williams, Harrison.
Jonah Williams.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, no.
The 5-star football dual athlete from Galveston Ball, Texas, who started tonight in left field for the Texas Longhorns.
Oh yeah,
he had that RBI single.
Yeah, no. I remember talking to Nolan Cain about him. He said he enrolled early in January.
Yep,
they were recruiting him at A&M when he was there, obviously there, and he's a two-way guy, and gonna be playing football. And he's like, yeah, well, he's just a hell of an athlete. He could really play. So got opportunity. He
reminds me a ton of Kyler Murray, where he still has to figure out how to play baseball at an elite level, because you can tell he's not done the showcase thing. He's just a really good athlete.
Yeah, exactly. He's just a really good athlete. When I was talking to Nolan Cain about it, he said that.
Yeah, he had this. Yeah, I remember that because he was not throwing until I think he threw the alumni game. Was his first time ever picking up a glove. Technically, I think he injured that collarbone in October. I think Sloss has said that basically him and Sark have a plan for Jonah. So like Jonah won't do fall baseball to play football. He will do, and he won't do spring football to play baseball. Yeah, 3 RBIs in his first start. Is that going to get down? Ooh, A&M's adding on.
You either ahead of me, I think.
Bear. Sorry
no, like talking to them, he said like it'd be kind of a committee, to fill the shoes of Max Ballou, but he said one guy to keep an eye on is Jonah Williams. And
here's your question: Jim Schlossnagle's best year as a coach was at the hot take that year that he went to Omaha with TCU? Yes. When they had Lucan Baker as a freshman and he got injured, that team was absolutely loaded. I think they ran into Coastal, and Coastal eliminated them.
Was it Coastal?
I believe so. I think that was the correct year.
Are you watching a Hawaii UC Irvine?
Yeah, I'll throw that one on in a little bit.
Gotta throw Georgia Tech playing on Miami on there.
All right, Harrison, who is your Omaha 8 if the season ended right now?
I mean, I'd still say Arkansas.
Arkansas?
I think you have
I don't think that's that crazy.
So Tennessee, of course, Arkansas, LSU, Texas, FSU. Who else is in there?
I'm gonna go Clemson.
I was up there. Let me see.
Go Clemson, FSU, UC Irvine.
Yeah, Clemson. Georgia, I guess.
I'll go Georgia.
UCLA's ranked top 10 now.
They haven't played anybody.
I know.
I'll go from the SEC. I'll go 4. I'll go Tennessee, Georgia, Texas, and
actually
A&M. I'll go A&M. I think the best storylines to win the national championship this year, ranked in order: Florida State.
5-1 or 1-5?
From just a storyline perspective, not talent.
Like, you're saying 5th best storyline or
no? They're first best storyline, Florida State. Second, Clemson.
Why Florida State? Because of the shooting?
Because of the shooting. Yeah, definitely because of the shooting.
Okay.
What do you mean?
What, Clemson's number 2?
Yes, there's a big drop off, by the way. They've been to Omaha in like a long ass time. They've never won it.
Texas isn't top 2.
They've won it before.
Yeah, but like Slaw's first year after the storyline of after leaving A&M.
I'd say A&M's 3, Texas is 4. Oh no. Oregon State. Oregon State's 3. Oregon State's 3.
Oregon State won it less than 8-10
Yes,
years.
but they got left behind. They're an independent. They play in the toughest RBI conference in the country, by the way.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. It's number 1.
They're not in a conference. You have to have more than 2 teams to be a conference, Jake. You have to have 6 or more teams to be a conference. But
yeah, Jonah Williams is a 5-star safety. I think he's on a football scholarship.
He's on a football scholarship. Why not? It's too easy. Why waste 11? A part of a baseball scholarship. But no. So my Omaha, if I had to go right now,
the scariest thing is this could be Sloss's least talented team. Yes and no. I don't think it's going to be any. I mean, it's Texas. Like, you can always get whoever you want. The way that the portal set up, like, they had a really good high school class. They had a really good portal class.
I'm not watching this game. So my Omaha right now would be Texas, Clemson, Tennessee.
So 1 game away from the title. Yeah.
Florida State.
Here's your question.
I still think LSU, dude. I think they have the pitching depth and they have the hitting depth. They have the pitching depth on the front line starters.
Yeah, they have Cowan on the bullpen. Yeah. Here's your question: A&M this year or A&M last year, or Texas this year? He wins in a 3-game series, full health. So with Max Ballou, with Braden Montgomery.
A&M, I think in a game 3. I think it squeaks by. Well, can we say full? You said full Braden Montgomery, healthy Braden Montgomery.
Yep.
Yeah, A&M.
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 Ace Whitehead could return this year. I don't think Ace Whitehead is going to return this year, by the way. I think that it's a long-term injury, unfortunately, for him. A&M homer. Harrison's a known A&M guy. He does A&M rating.
Higgin Bart, talk to him. Am I an A&M homer or not?
Hot take. I don't think Sloss wins multiple titles at Texas. I think he leaves after he wins his first one. I think he leaves after he wins his first one. LSU Tiger.
Hold on. No, pretty close. I was eating it was Cajun Meat Company.
I thought it was Mexican. I lied to the fans and said it was Mexican.
No, it was Cajun Meat Company. It was a chicken stuffed with it's like basically kind of like a rice kind of shrimp stuffing. Really good. Some nice, salad. I'm trying to think what the dressing was. There's some blue cheese crumbles in there, some tomatoes, something like that. Had some good Parmesan rosemary bread. Costco. Shout out Costco, big fan. And some edamame.
I had Yard House.
That's pretty good.
I'm a big Yard House guy. LSU Tigers baseball. But she's going back to, I don't know what the second part is. I might have to have that explained to me. I'm pretty stupid. My Princeton degree doesn't teach me that.
Yeah, is this like Princeton Tech or is this like Princeton spelled differently?
Princeton University. Sloss losing to Tony V for a second straight. That would be a pretty good storyline. I can't really say why it would be a good storyline, but that would be an incredible storyline.
Why not? You should say it.
Check back in on me once this game is final.
What other game can I put on?
Yeah, I picked Arkansas. Well, Harrison, if Arkansas holds on to this one, I will move to 0-6 in series involving Texas A&M. I still yet to pick them correctly.
So that's good. That's good news for Razorback fans. Granted, Gig and Bart, just note that I am the only one who fixed it so we didn't have an SEC conference sweep of picks.
Micah
fixed it without knowing, apparently.
Micah picked A&M. Andrew picked A&M to sweep, by the way.
Picked A&M to sweep?
Yeah.
Is it pouring there? It looks like it.
Yeah, yes, retired. Yeah, it is pouring. Yeah, leaves as in retires. He rides off into the sunset. Jim Slossnagel.
If he wins Natty?
That's my theory. I mean,
no way. No way. Could you imagine? Goes for 1 year, wins the Natty. It says peace.
I could definitely see that.
So, what do you make of Georgia this week? Holy crap, that was a nuke. Rerun bomb for Vandy.
Yeah, okay.
Jesus.
Here's you the real question.
Feared the concourse.
Here's you the real question, Harrison. Does Georgia getting the shit kicked out of them by Vandy devalue Texas's sweep of them? Because it seems like Georgia's only good at home.
Oh, good point. A little bit. I was really leaning on picking Vandy.
That was Billy Lucci-esque, by the way. That was a Billy Lucci question, Texas Rock. So don't come for me. That was complete speculation.
Like, believe it or not, I was very, thought about picking Vanderbilt, just playing at home, but also having a very good pitching staff of frontline starters to go against. And we've seen good pitching shut down Georgia before, right?
Yeah, I mean, Thompson yesterday struck out 15, had 21 whiffs on his fastball.
If Vanderbilt just proved coming into the series to me, they had more offensive production. Even in the last 7 games, I probably would have picked them. And Georgia would have been at my throat.
I don't think Tennessee makes it to the finals again. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to go to the finals. It really is. You got to have a little bit of luck. Stay on that side, Jake.
Who's the most overrated top 15 team?
Oregon State. It's Oregon State. It's clearly Oregon State.
Who's the most overrated ACC, SEC team?
I'd have to pull up. Wake Forest. Wake Forest. I do not think Wake Forest is good at all. They lost to Boston College tonight.
Are they ranked?
Yeah. DVH finally getting DVH. Yeah, I would say that DVH getting one would be really cool. I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. Dude, Wake is not ranked. I thought you were going to say UCLA. I was going to
Sauce is a crazy. Sauce is very obsessive, but if you work so hard to get to something, y'all are Geek and Bart. It's not if he wins a natty, it's when he wins a natty. Harrison, who's the greatest college baseball coach to never win a national championship?
Danny Hall.
Not DVH.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, you're pretty biased.
A little bit, but like Danny Hall, I mean, his legacy, he literally built Georgia Tech's baseball program to what it is.
Nothing.
I mean, how many wins does DVH have?
1,500. He has 1,500.
Hall just got top 10. All-time wins.
Oh wait! Oh shit! I didn't realize this because
the Wake's not ranked.
What in the fuck? Sorry, excuse my language. What
Jeez,
the fuck? What just happened?
Where?
Mississippi State, Florida.
Watch, it's 3-1.
Then you are way behind, buddy.
Sorry, it's 11-1. Sorry.
Yeah. What happened? It was 3-1 when I came on the show.
I turned it on late because I was watching another game.
Yeah, Stone Simons, 6 hits, 6 runs, no outs recorded. Hungate, 1 inning, 2 runs. What in the? That probably just got somebody fired. Will the Aggies be the most? Yes, because they're probably going to get a Big 12 team that sucks ass and is very overrated.
You gotta clean up your mouth, dude.
I know. This is a family show.
Can we? We're taking him to Kangaroo Court. Gig and Bart, can we jump in on this Kangaroo Court?
If Jim leaves, I think Max Weiner will be gone sooner rather than later.
Go where?
Coach his own team. What are you talking about? He is a very, very competent coach.
Maybe he'll take you with him.
What? He'll take you with him?
Yeah,
because you have extensive coaching experience.
Yeah.
What would you do for Max Weiner, by the way? If you were to be like, hey, Max Weiner, hire me as X, what would it be?
Player development on the pitching side.
Mm-hmm. You don't think he's better than you are?
No, but it'd be an assistant.
No. Wait, hold on.
What are you talking about?
I think I could see you as a recruiting coordinator.
Like a recruiting coordinator on the pitching side with player development intertwined because I'd learned everything I could under him.
So A&M
other than nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, he wouldn't hire me. I'm fat. Don't know anything. I would be the guy that he'd hire when they have a losing streak to come in and tell them how much they suck. Because I think that's the only thing I'm good for right now.
Hire you for bulletin board material?
Yeah. Which, by the way, an A&M fan sent me a meme the other day. I'd have to go in and find it. Is someone photoshopped my face onto that scene from Major League, and it's Michael. It's Michael Early ripping it off. It says, "You guys have no talent."
Did that go off the top of the wall
for Vandy?
Yeah, it's at least a triple. I think it was a double. I thought they hit off the top of the wall and bounced back at the rail. See, you know what's funny is, Jake, if I would have picked Vanderbilt, Georgia would have had a field day in my comments, and then you would have never heard from him again for the rest of the weekend. Oh, they're challenging the call now. It looks like it hits off the rail. Oh, no, it hits off the top of the wall, the yellow.
Sorry, I'm going to look at the homer. That's Birdie's second of the day, isn't it? Jesus Christ, where did that one? No, Birdie Johnston.
Oh, Johnson, sorry.
Jeez, he got that.
Oh, that hit off the rail.
Jeez.
I think. Hey, speaking of overrated, Boston College beat Wake Forest 7-2.
What do you have dementia?
What?
I just said that they're overrated because they lost to Boston.
Overrated, speaking of your comment.
Oh, I
just saw the score of it.
Yeah, I forget the starter for Boston College, but he threw 6 shutout innings.
Yeah, well, he's not J.D. Thompson, so doesn't matter.
I know, it confuses me. Oh, do you want to re-rank Your star. Oh, here you go. Do you think South Carolina? Who knows?
You want to talk about the biggest loss of the weekend? Ole Miss. I said I was most confident about that series going in, but geez, was I wrong.
I mentioned it on our show that it'd be the ultimate, like, Ole Miss gets up for it and plays pretty good. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, Ole Miss has, like, figured it out. Like, and then they go in and lose.
What's I think the craziest part about this A&M Arkansas series? You're catching A&M at the worst time, but also Arkansas's at home. Like Texas A&M is on the road doing this, dude.
They went on the road to Tennessee too.
I know. Like, this is twice now they've done this. Like,
yeah, sit down, Ben. They just keep panning to the crowd, and it's just people running.
What, in the Arkansas one?
Yes, people just running for cover.
You're like a half pitch ahead of me. He's just walking off the field right now.
I guarantee you, last year Aggie Wood's worst loss was. I mean, I didn't think that was too wild of an assessment to think that the team that played for the national championship was going to win it.
Would sweep, I guess.
Would swear.
Would swear Sloss was winning the title with them.
I mean, I don't think that that's too crazy of an announcement.
No. All right, so who's the most overrated SEC team now? They called it a home run for Vanderbilt, by the way.
Missouri.
They're still ranked too high.
I joke.
If they go 0-30, they have to get relegated.
I joked with an LSU fan when they were like, yeah, like, it's still the SEC. You still have to win. I joked, that Missouri would be lucky to win 5 games at the SEC. That might be my worst take of the year, and I've had a lot of stupid takes. That Missouri would win 5 games in the SEC. That would mean they would have to finish out the year. What is that?
5-7.
5-7. 5-7.
Something like that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, 5-7. So I mean, I think Texas right. I think Sauce. I mean, TCU fans did kind of come for us saying that, oh yeah, Sauce can't win the big one. I think law of averages says you eventually can, but there's so many good coaches that haven't won it.
Also, by the way, Dave Van Horn has a lot less wins than Danny Hall. Just saying.
Dave Van Horn has 1,500 wins, doesn't he?
I need to check another source, but this one says it's like probably entering last season or entering this season 1249. I know Danny Hall's number is not updated. This is, let's see. You can go to NCAA records. I don't know how updated this is, though.
Jesus Christ, Brady Johnson.
No, but I mean, like, serious question of like who's most overrated team in the SEC right now. I think it has to be Ole Miss, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Like, I mean, before this week, I'd still say you could argue Ole Miss.
Arkansas fans are going to say Arkansas, but
no.
DVH is no Augie. Yeah, I mean, I don't think
no one is.
I don't think anybody's confusing them. That's like saying, oh yeah, Angelton Simmons is no Derek Jeter.
I mean, he's not far off. He just played for a franchise in which he,
Are you one of those weirdos that think Derek Jeter's overrated?
I think he's a little bit.
No, I think you
put him on a team that doesn't win as many national titles as they do. Derek
Jeter was so he was so hated on that now he's considered underrated.
Is he really?
I would say so. I mean, he's at the end of the day.
Really just batting statistics. A lot of them don't.
Nah, you know who I think is the most overrated MLB player ever? Adrian Beltre.
Okay.
I mean, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest, what I considered the greatest, if you will, like the top 5 MLB player all time based on Hall of Fame stuff. And he was never the best third baseman of his era.
Who was he behind?
Evan Longoria, Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, I mean, it was a third base era, though.
Arenado.
That was the third base era. I mean,
very overrated. Very overrated. He's a bum.
All right, I don't think you can call an MLB player a bum, let alone a Hall of Famer.
Overrated.
You're ridiculous. See, this is why, Jake. This is why you get like memed on Twitter. It's because you say dumb things like this.
What? Who do you think's more overrated? Who's the most overrated MLB player?
I'm trying to think.
Throw it away, Beltre.
I mean, Bill
Buckner, the great Bambino, Babe Ruth.
No. What about like Kirk Gibson?
I mean, do people talk about Kirk Gibson outside of that one moment with the home run?
That's exactly my point.
I don't think anybody's confusing Kirk Gibson with being a star. Yeah, Jeter was so. Oh, geez, Caden Kenner. That's what's gonna get him rolling. I bet.
Let me think. I will say Andrew Jones should be a Hall of Famer.
That is the opposite of what I'm asking you, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It's like
his son's really struggling right now. Hopefully, he can figure it out.
I mean, is it a bad take if I say like someone like Nomar Garciaparra?
Why Nomar? I mean, Nomar literally got benched for nobody.
Yeah, I mean, after was it? I think it was 99 or 2000. Like he was just like a completely different player.
Yeah. Nomar Garciaparra. Is he? You know, he's Jewish.
Yeah, he's also. I think he's a former Georgia Tech guy.
Cam Kozel's built like a thumb. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, he's Georgia Tech guy. This is exactly why you get memed, Jake. You keep saying dumb things like that.
Well, you don't think he is?
No.
He looks like the thumb people from Spy Kids. But he can hit the shit out of a baseball. Mississippi State was leading 3-2 late, and they got run rolled.
I'm still on top of the eighth.
I mean, they're not gonna score another run. So
how do you know? Well, you know whose fault this is? This is Chris's fault because he didn't pick Florida this time.
I picked Florida.
He picked Florida every single series except for this one.
In our pick'em, somebody was like, "Oh," he goes, because me and Andrew picked Florida, and Micah and Caleb picked Mississippi State, and someone goes, "Oh," he goes, "the two people that know ball picked Mississippi State. That makes me feel good."
Yeah, how did that work out? Did you? I'm gonna look up y'all's picks.
Nomar.
Let me see. Why are my comments not? Okay, here we go. Nomar's dad's name is Roman. Nomar is Roman spelled backwards. That's actually kind of funny. I had no idea.
Have you seen the Yankees Netflix show, by the way?
The Yankees Netflix show?
Or the Red Sox? Yeah, the Red Sox one.
It's on my list of things to watch.
All right, here, we'll do a quick rundown of games. Oklahoma sweeps Missouri, drops Missouri to 0-18. Oklahoma sits at 10-8. Arkansas took game one of that one. They are currently down by 3 in the bottom of the 4 in the bottom of the 8th as Luke Jackson looks to close it out for the Aggies. Kentucky gets doiled on Friday night, if you will. Tennessee takes that one.
Like that.
You don't like that?
I said I like that.
You did? Okay. Yeah, they get doiled. He, waves goodbye, kisses him goodbye on his way out the door. Did you see that?
I did not. Did you tweet that?
Yeah, he blew a kiss towards the dugout. Cannon Peebles had 4 RBIs for him. Tanner Franklin, they used in that closer role. I really like Tanner Franklin in that role, by the way. I think that they need to start using him in that one. The Texas Longhorns take the series against the Auburn Tigers 8-3. Jonah Williams had 3 RBIs in his debut out in the left.
Bad day.
Yeah,
can we talk about sorry, keep going. I have something else I want to talk about after.
LSU holds on to beat Alabama 4-3. They get a great outing from Anthony Ianson, and the bullpen does just enough to keep it on. Vandy's up 13-3 on Georgia. Mississippi State's up 13-3 on Mississippi State. And like I said, Texas A&M is up. Clemson is a good team, but they always choke. Yeah, they do always choke. That's kind of a good way to describe Clemson. I really like Aiden Kanak. They feel like an SEC. They feel like the most SEC ACC team.
Even more so than Florida State?
Yeah.
I'm a big Eric Bakich fan. I think he's going to be just at the top of the game for the next probably decade.
Who's the most ACC SEC team?
Missouri.
They just suck. That's just an insult.
I'd say Kentucky. Style of play.
I was going to go OU.
Why is that?
Style of play. No one goes to the games, but they're really good. They have a slight fan following on Twitter, but not really at games. Gabe Frazier is going to
pinch hit. With the worst record picked Florida. I like it. Duty Noble.
Yeah.
The fact that
God, he's swinging.
Y'all picked A&M to sweep, dude.
He changed it on our show.
Oh, Mike is the only one that picked A&M to win the series, though. Wow, you guys all picked Georgia.
Didn't Florida put them out? Yes, Eric Bakich got ejected.
I was at that game in person. That was hilarious. That was an incredible super regional. That was one of the best games I've ever witnessed in person. I think a lot of us have probably ever watched.
And then Nolan Naraki left.
What?
And then Nolan Naraki left Clemson.
Oh, yeah, to go to South Carolina. No, but that was the game when Caglione hit a nuke. He was jawing back and forth with everyone. He, I think, laid someone out as well, like a runner when he was pitching that game. Or that's, I think it was that game, yeah. And then Cam Canarella makes the Willie Mays catch into the wall in center field. I have a video.
Uphill,
up the hill, yeah. LSU saved the season. That would have in the game. That would have in the game, basically. Actually, not basically. It would have been top of the ninth, but like that would have basically ended the game.
Arkansas
at least 2 runs. And then Eric Bakich getting thrown out, and then everyone's like Jack Leggett's just in the dugout. Like he almost got thrown out too. But I mean, that was what is their stadium called? Doug Kingsmore Stadium, DKS. Yeah. That place was absolutely jumping, dude. The Cajun Cafe was rocking. So much fun.
Could anybody go to the Cajun Cafe? How does that work?
I don't know, but it helps when you know a guy. You don't have to answer questions.
Did you know a guy out there?
We did.
So you're like, oh, I know so-and-so?
Ooh, that ball is down. Oh, here comes Mississippi State.
Luke Jackson, 2-2. He's fouled off 3 or 4 pitches.
Dude, what I think I'm most impressed with from a one player standpoint, Jonah Williams, obviously, but I think just Jay Slavalette this weekend. Just the backside bombs.
There's only one backside bomb. The other 2 were straight. No, the other 2 he pulled.
Oh, well, just like I don't know how that ball got out.
It's windy as hell.
But like it's just like off the bat, did not look like it was going out at all.
I think Michael Early's heart rate is very high.
So what do you think they did? Did they sacrifice a lamb or a chicken or?
Apparently, they just saw my tweet and they all collectively shit on me.
Yeah,
allegedly. This is what his fifth foul ball. Luke Jackson's near the end of the road. A&M better hope he gets him here. 8th pitch of the at bat coming. Let's see if he can do it.
For who?
Arkansas. Oh, he freezes them.
What are you watching?
Arkansas A&M.
I just saw Terrence Kill ground out of the middle.
Are you in the 9th?
Top of the 9th, 12 pitches in.
Oh, I'm behind. I'm way behind you.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
I'm way behind you. Yeah, because I was like, that was a good strikeout.
Jace is up now. He goes, Jace Lavalette has a chance to homer for the 5th time this series.
Rain delay absolutely screwed the Hogs.
You think so?
That's what I was just reading a comment. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know. I think it's kind of childish. to complain about that. Like same thing with A&M and the umpires. LSU with the umpires, Alabama with the umpires.
Well, that pitch was a ball.
I think
on that. Oh
I think starting Gage Wood, I think screwed the Hogs a little bit more.
Why?
I think
you don't start Gabe Gakel in that.
He lasted one out, Harrison.
I know, but I'm saying like you like going in, you don't like you can't start Gabe Gakel in that situation. Like you can, but like
Gackle.
Excuse me, you can't start Gabe Gakel in that. Just like as inconsistent he's been and just like what he's struggled with so much recently. Like I was fine. I was like, this is a good idea.
He pitched great today. So what would you do next weekend? They won the game, yes, but it kind of messed up the bullpen a little bit because he didn't have that long of an outing. That's more what I was insinuating, and especially when you're playing two.
Shot or no?
I mean, I think he should pitch in a midweek, get some confidence.
That's fair.
Cannon Peebles couldn't buy it. Yeah, he's been on a tear. I'm a big fan of Cannon Peebles. He's been really on the struggle bus for him. He was their entire offense today. Got her. I did. I'm sorry. I was just more debating the front end of that. Sorry about that. That was not
It's 7-13 now.
Yeah. Sorry, Gunnar. I didn't mean that in like a negative way. I just more wanted to talk about. I mean, they benefit both teams. I will say this. Yeah. Ooh, that's a strike. About Michael Early. How much of a 180 it's been,
dude. It hasn't even been like a 90. It's been a complete 180. Just that was a good pitch.
And like he went from like
pitch.
Was it the Alabama series where he went like with matchups and he was pulling starters, facing them every batter, and then now he's like, all right, he goes, Weston Moss is at 70 pitches, throw him back out there for another. Yeah. Patton going back out there, throw him out for another.
Yeah.
Blake Jackson, he's at his max of the year. Throw him back out there.
His thoughts are
what?
I need to talk to Lucci and see what his thoughts are, and like what if there was one thing that he could identify.
Yeah, you should get Billy on. Text him.
Billy's not going to jump on right now.
What else is he doing?
Watching the game, having a little beverageino.
He's watching the game, so he's probably. God, there's nobody at that game anymore. They're all undercover.
I'll text him. Let's see what he says.
I am not texting Billy Lucci, by the way. I don't have Billy Lucci's phone number. So what's your favorite Billy Lucci edit of all time, Harrison? Because they've memed Billy Lucci onto some funny things.
I haven't seen a ton of those, honestly. You've mentioned a couple times. I haven't seen them.
Richard Zane's favorite is the one where somebody photoshopped a phallic-shaped object into his mouth when he's like, I've seen Billy Luigi. That one's probably my favorite.
Let's see what he says. I didn't ask him to come on, but we'll see what he says. How he gauges that.
Just be the number one team. I don't think that they did. I took shout out to you,
I mean, I think yeah. How do you rank a 7-10 conference record? You know, that's my thing. If they're 500,
Ike Irish is incredible. He's probably the best player that Auburn's had since Casey Mize, best hitter they've had since
Casey Mize. That's a name.
Or best hitter they've had since God, who was that guy? The guy who played for the Yankees, the bringer of rain.
Josh Donaldson.
Yeah, best hitter since Joe Donaldson.
12, maybe.
I think 9, by the way. Arkansas the last 2 weeks.
Miller Green's on to close this out, at least.
I disagree, Gunner. They went and played Georgia on the road tough. I mean, they were in both of those games. They were 1-run losses on the road.
They got walked off in one of them.
I know, and if you're a gambling man, you would probably have won based off the odds.
Dang. Bases loaded for Mississippi State. No runs in the game. Wow. Florida they lose 12 of their previous 16 games. Now they're on a 6-game heater. It's baseball for you.
A&M and they're both working it back. 5-7 Donaldson Harris. I think we've talked about that before, so that was a little bit cheating.
I said 12. I don't know. Keeping them young. Maybe that was when Gig and Bart graduated. Was 12.
I think Gig and Bart's the same age as me. By the way, I think he's
the low hanging fruit of Gig and Bart.
Gig and Bart, when did you graduate?
Dude, there was someone on our show, on the previous show. He was like in high school, and the comments are going like they're beefing back and forth. He goes, "How old are you?" And he goes, "You don't want to know." And he goes, "You're in high school, aren't you?" He goes, "Yeah."
I know because I was there. Class of 10. I didn't realize you were that old, Bart. I thought we were the same age. I thought we were the same age.
Who were you? You were 16?
20.
From what, Princeton?
Yeah. My BBA.
Princeton.
What?
You did not graduate from Princeton. Where's your diploma? Pull it out.
I'm not going to dox people.
Pull the diploma.
I'm actually just a Princeton T-shirt fan, so I didn't actually get there. I wish I could have done it.
Go. There
I'm a Princeton T-shirt fan. Do you look down on T-shirt fans, Harrison?
Yeah, don't let him fool you. No, I look down on people who say, "Oh yeah, I went to school. I have a T-shirt from it."
I'm a Princeton.
Jake Mckeever.
I'm the world's first Princeton T-shirt fan.
I actually had a buddy that played football with in high school. He went to play football at Princeton.
I know. I know this because I'm a big Princeton T-shirt fan.
Yeah, what's his name?
Don't worry about it. This is a big spot right here for Sorrell. I think Arkansas needs to keep it a 4-run.
Fisher on the mound.
That's what I mean. If Arkansas needs to keep it a 4-run game.
Oh yeah, you can't let him score here.
Sorrell's had 2 home runs today that have been like robbed by the wind.
Do you think that the part of the flip of the switch for Arkansas for A&M has been Caden Sorrell? Like, how much can you put on it being Caden Sorrell?
I think it's a real thing, and I was talking about it with
I was having a conversation too about something.
Brendan Summerhill at Arizona. Arizona's looked like a ghost of itself with him out. Like let me pull up Arizona's stats since he's gone out, because I think he went out middle of March. Keep in mind they're playing in the Big 12.
Third base.
So it's not like they're playing. Harrison, turn that off so we don't get copyrighted.
All right, well, hold on. I'll go turn the sound down.
Yeah, since March, they have a series loss to Baylor, series win over Arizona State, series win over Oklahoma State, and then
who is this?
This is Arizona without Summerhill. They are 27-11. I'll get to see them in a few weeks when they come and they play at Houston.
JTJ dude went off in game 1.
Who?
Dang. There's a run.
Yeah, JT got 2.
Yeah. There's Caden Sorrell, the double. Double.
Let's go score 2.
1, yeah, 2. Yep. Yeah, that'll put the nail in the coffin.
Not with the Aggie bullpen. You never know with the Aggie bullpen.
Razorback lineup.
What?
What a hose piece early in this game from left field.
Do you think he was safe or out?
I think he was out for sure.
Are we talking about the same play?
From left field, yeah.
Go look at Billy's Twitter or Richard's. They both tweeted it. He looks safe to me. Maybe. If the Aggies can get these outings, obviously they're not going to have an outing where Blake Jackson throws no hit ball, but if they can get a consistent other bullpen arm, I think that A&M like quickly becomes like a really, really scary team.
It's crazy how much of a flip of switch they made. It's wild.
It's been Weston Moss. That's been I think the biggest thing. Like he's 8 appearances in the SEC, 25 innings pitched, sub 1.5 ERA. Do you think they'll go on a winning streak? They got Who knows what to think about Bama, Kentucky, and South Carolina? Because Kentucky's had a lead in every single.
Still, I mean, still sniffing the bottom of the barrel, but like huge series win for them. But like they have to do a lot in the SEC tournament.
They'd have to win it.
They'd have to go to the semifinals, I think.
So Texas is in the tournament as a 100% lock at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they lose every single game, they're still in. Missouri's 100% out. Is South Carolina 100% out?
I don't know. Let's see. Quinn and another guy had Vandy winning the series 2-1.
That's interesting.
No one had I'm looking at our friends over at NCAA and College Baseball Insiders. No one had A&M.
Who puts Pacifico out of a can? Nasty.
I don't know. No one had Missouri, obviously. They all had sweeps. Ooh. Sean had Kentucky beating Tennessee series 2-1.
We'll take a free win.
And then Quinn had Florida winning the series 2-1.
So there's just
Auburn winning 2-1.
They just showed some A&M and Arkansas fans out in the hog pen, and they're all just doing horns down, rent free.
That's funny. I mean, why not?
Everything is better. I think everything's better in a draft. I like draft beer. Draft beer is the best beer.
What, like Tapped?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here comes Will McIntyre in.
What feels like he's been here for 8 years now.
Brian, Arkansas, project management, PhD.
Might as well, dude. If I was a football player and I got to use the COVID thing, I'd have a red shirt and a COVID year. I would get my master's paid for, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what.
I had a friend do that. Like, why not?
That's what Hayden Shaw did.
Well, I mean, he didn't get a full scholarship. In baseball, it's different. But he could have been close. I don't know, obviously, his numbers, but like, he could have been close with academic and athletic combined.
You actually can't combine those.
What do you mean?
You're either an academic or you're an athletic. You can't combine them. You cannot.
Yes, you. What are you talking about?
I can 100% guarantee it because that's what a lot of people have said with Operation Vanderbilt. You cannot combine it. It's either Operation you're on a negative.
92% of students at Vanderbilt are on financial aid.
Yes. But Operation Vanderbilt's the thing where basically you just pay based on how much your parents make.
Yeah.
If you get
into Harvard,
if you get financial aid, you cannot get a scholarship for a sport. It's one or the other.
Interesting. Is that new?
No, it's been a thing because that was the whole criticism is that that Vandy could double their scholarships, if you will, with Operation Vanderbilt.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's see. All right, I'm curious. Okay, rank. I didn't watch any of the Kentucky game, but they start on they have a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
Which I don't know why. Like, this is the only week to do it. What a snag at short. What a snag.
What game are you watching?
Arkansas liner. Aloy just stole a liner.
Dude, I am behind you.
I'm finally ahead. Curtis is always ahead, dude. Gig and Bart, Texas Rocks, they can all attest to this. Chinook, they can all attest to it. And they think it's because I just do.
I just rip it off YouTube.
What do you mean?
I'm just.
How are you watching on YouTube? I can't hear you at all. Nothing. You're getting canceled. The Aggie fan base is coming after you. They've blocked your communication now.
Because I don't know, because I don't want to log into ESPN. I'm like between ESPNs right now. Is that a Jordan sleeve that Aloy's wearing? What is that shift?
I told you. Wait, how do you watch on YouTube then?
There's just a random account that streams it.
All of them?
Yeah, he had the Texas one going. He had the Missouri OU game going.
Keegan Bart knows what's up.
Yep. I actually have a VPN. Shout out to NordVPN. I wish they would sponsor my.
More of a hot show kind of guy.
I completely rip off stuff illegally. Like I was a big crack.
You should announce that. That's really smart.
I'm not the host of it. I'm just like
you should announce that.
I'm just a consumer.
Yeah, you're part of the problem, not the solution.
Yeah.
You're the guy who watches pirated stuff.
Yeah, no. When I was in high school, I actually still remember this. I went. There was this one friend that I wasn't allowed to go to his house because he was kind of white trash, and I finally convinced my parents to go watch us there, and we watched the movie Fast and Furious at his house when it was in the theater, and somebody like filmed it with like a camcorder like in the theater.
Well, hell, I should have done that when I was at the Georgia Tech game Tuesday night at the Braves Stadium because it wasn't on TV anywhere.
I can't believe you didn't. The funniest one of the entire year was the LSU game when they were playing in Frisco. Somebody set up a.
It was Daily Joy.
That was one of the funniest things.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be repercussions for that, though, right?
I mean, she deleted it.
What, the stream?
Yeah, she deleted it after it was done.
Wow, another run for A&M.
I don't know. I would have to have a lawyer, but I feel like if you don't profit from it, you can use it, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to get in the thick of that. I didn't want to deal with that.
Gosh darn it! Can y'all wait while I stream it illegally for it to catch up?
You're gonna get banned from Friday Night Spikes at this rate.
Why? I'm the one here on time.
Yeah, well, Jake, you missed the first 3 of them of the season?
The first one.
It was at least 2.
No, I was there. I was there the second one.
I'm gonna say at least 2. I think Chris would have tested that as well.
It was 2 of 3. It was 2 of 3.
Okay, and then you just cuss over Storm. You're legally streaming things. Like, Jake, that's not 1, not 2. That's 3 strikes, and that's not even a foul ball. That's a strikeout.
No, I don't think. Well, I think you would be doing it because you're always late. You always have camera issues. I
don't have camera issues. Chris does.
You haven't sent me my master stuff yet.
I know it's upstairs. I was going to do that today. I got distracted. I'm going to send it out to you tomorrow. I got to find a big enough box to put it all in.
They'll do it at the post office.
Yeah.
You can buy box. Or do you get like a...
Hey, where am I sending it, Jake?
My address?
Yeah, I probably need that.
You ask the A&M fans that sent it to me.
Should I just ask Twitter and see who replies first?
Yeah, I'd be like, who knows Jake's address?
Can we? Should I confirm or deny that?
No, please don't. I want that to die. I'll text it to you.
That's so funny though. But no, I don't actually have your address, so yeah, I can't send it to you. Why am I watching softball highlights? I don't like this.
Ooh. Hey, shout out to Brie Ellis. She got drafted tonight. Good for her.
Good for her.
Are you not a fan of Brie Ellis?
I don't know who that is, but Charlie Goldstein's in the 7th inning. Oh, that ball's crushed. We will not be seeing that ball again.
You can put it on the board. Yes.
Oh, you can take it off the board. It's foul.
Oh. You're as bad as... What game was I watching? Oh, the Texas-Kentucky series. They had it was like remote. Texas Rocks can back me up on this. But they started going crazy for like a home run, and it was foul by like 30 feet. They were like, oh, that baby is long gone.
Yeah. Bo, I'm going to need some context for this. Can't wait to give Chris hell for this. For what exactly? Because there's probably a lot of things you can give him hell for.
For missing the show?
Well, he just tweeted us, I will say.
He did? Well, he tweeted it like an hour ago.
Oh, he did? I didn't see it. My Twitter notifications have been on pause. Well, not pause. I haven't looked at any of them. It's just added up.
Well, my Jonah Williams tweet found
me. PDA, though, I will say that.
Okay, Kane. Do you think Slossley? Yes. I think he goes to a lake house on Lake Travis and hangs out with his new woman.
And Chris Del Conte.
Yeah.
That's fair. I respect that. He did put a fork in him. He put a fork in what 3 teams now? Chris has minus Missouri.
I think they all won tonight. Well, pending A&M. I think every team that Chris put a fork in won tonight.
Yeah. Maybe he's the problem.
Maybe Chris.
I didn't do it. I didn't put a fork in any team yet this season, except Missouri.
I'm putting a fork in another team.
Well, I'll tell you who's not putting a fork in their coaching career. It's Sloss. He's not retiring after one.
I don't know.
If he wins it this year, he's not retiring.
I don't think he wins it this year.
I'm saying if. I don't know if he does or not. I'm just saying I don't.
I think he wins it. I'll go 27. I think 27 is when he wins it. But I also don't know ball.
You also don't know ball. That's very true. Apparently, I don't know ball, according to Georgia fans and Georgia fans only.
Yeah, John Tweet Sports hates you.
No, he's actually cool with me.
I thought that guy was that guy. Like,
a hard time, but like he actually follows the game closely, follows the conference. I think better than most Georgia fans. Interacts in a fun way, and not honestly, and more than just a oh, you don't know Georgia baseball, blah blah blah, this, that, and the other. And then B, he's like actually kind of like funny about it. He's like, here he goes again. Harrison sleeping on Georgia, like fun stuff, like not just like burners out of the folly trees.
That's going to be all for Blake Jackson.
Which game are you watching?
A&M.
Oh, my commercial already.
Giggenbar, who do you think it is?
I will say John Tweet Sports, I think, is one of the better Georgia fans.
Do we see Lions?
Luke Jackson.
Oh, Blake Jackson's the kid.
You give me pizza.
Blake Jackson's the kid from South Carolina. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Here comes Caden Wilson.
How are you back in? I'm still in a commercial.
Caden Wilson. Well, he also ran on before commercial.
Oh. Miller Green stuff, but you just absolutely spiked the slider in you guys' foot.
Yeah, Luke Jackson. That's my bad. Blake Jackson's the South Carolina.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. That is a my bad situation.
I feel like that happens quite more often than you think.
Yeah, Jackson is a very common last name.
Well, I'm saying like you just saying my bad.
Hey, I accept it. I own my mistakes.
So, can we speak of owning your mistakes? What do we make of this A&M team now, though, compared to your bulletin board?
I mean, I tweeted about it last week.
I know.
I think that they're a supremely talented team. They love playing together. They love hanging out with each other. It seems like
what was the biggest difference?
Confidence. I think Michael, or I think that the team fed off of Michael Early's confidence.
How does he have confidence though at that point? If you're saying when everything's downhill.
Resiliency. I think that when you've been punched in the face, like like you said, like Texas Rocks in the chat with like Irish, like you give credit where credit's due. Bo Maloney, Lake Jackson is a town. I was saying Blake Jackson, but yeah, Lake Jackson is a town. Shout out. That's actually where my dad's from. Is Lake Jackson, Texas.
There's Lake Jackson, Lake Travis. I mean, sounds
like right. There's actually no lake in Lake Jackson.
Aiden Wilson, baby.
Only I think it's just Aggies and Sips left in the chat. Yep, we are finishing this one out. 3 more outs for Texas A&M as they have a 7-run lead, and it'll be the lefty Caden Wilson from Missouri. He comes in as his 15th appearance, 11 hits, 5.54 ERA, walk to K ratio of 3.21. Fun fact, this is who last year Max Wiener said had the highest ceiling of any pitcher on his staff was Caden Wilson. Caden Wilson features a high 90s fastball, and I feature a frozen YouTube screen. So I will features
a left arm that can actually throw too. I mean,
and he's got a pretty good pickoff move. A lot of coaches have complained that his pickoff move is a balk.
That's how you know you have a good pickoff move. It's a balk lefty.
Move. Carson Bowles will pinch hit. He is 368 on the year. He played second base in game 2 as they put Rocco Pepe, I believe. I'd have to double check that. Vol fans are still here. Clint Grizzle, shout out to the Tennessee Vols. This one's for you.
Shout out the Vols.
I stand with Tennessee. I do not stand with Nico, and I do not stand with Pete Nakos. Pete Nakos is not a knowledgeable person.
Why is that?
Because there are numerous schools that Nico was linked to that I can 100% guarantee they had never contacted him. Source, the coach.
Source, Tulane.
Gosh darn it. Y'all better not spoil it. I'm way behind you.
In front of him.
Y'all better.
3-2 count, pitch 5, come in set.
Gosh darn it.
Should I spoil it for you?
No, please don't.
Why not? What if he hits a bomb right here?
Well, Dennis, shout out Bomb Squad. Dennis was.
What? Wow.
What happened?
That's all I'm going to say. Wow.
Come on.
I'll leave you on edge.
Dennis was spoiling the game live for me because he was like, "Oh, because another homer," and I'm like, "Dude, I'm like 2 minutes behind you."
Yeah, that's your fault. Maybe you should watch it.
He was at the game though. To be fair,
maybe you should pay to watch it.
Shout
out to who was it?
Oh, that was tight.
Jake, who was it?
Dennis, Bomb Squad.
Dennis for being on the show while at the game.
Oh no, Dennis. This was game 1. Dennis is not here though.
I thought he was at the game and he tuned in.
We did have a Texas fan that was here earlier that was at the game.
Shout out to them. I respect that.
He was hanging out in the Yeti yard. I will actually be out there on Saturday, so I'll be out there.
Get out, ball. Oh.
Is it a home run?
Jake, don't spoil it. What happened 5 seconds later?
Well, he's like reacting. He goes, "Ooh, oh." That's what he does. Yeah.
I thought that caught inside too.
No, dude. That was not even close to being a home run. Why'd you get so excited?
Just to mess with you. Caden, that was just a mess with Jake. That's kind of the purpose of this inning.
South Carolina versus Texas A&M last week was good, but I don't think they blew the first game. I think A&M kind of chipped away and let him back in it.
Yeah, they didn't blow the first game.
The second game they really blew. I mean, they could have won the first game though. That's the other part.
It's just that kind of ceiling is super low.
I mean, you're not going to win against Slapdick State if you walk a bunch of people.
All right, Chris.
Is that a Chris thing?
That's literally what Chris says all the time.
I had a high school coach who has since passed away. He would always use, he goes, "I don't care if we're playing Sister Mary's School for the Blind."
Yeah, that's a common one. No, but that's some kangaroo court for you, though.
Hey, Harrison, did you know the Aloy brothers are from Hawaii? And they're both brothers?
I didn't know. That.
Yeah, I got on the broadcast.
Did you actually not know that?
No, they've just been saying it nonstop in the Arkansas game.
I was about to say.
They opened the broadcast. Why wouldn't you touch third?
Yeah, see, Bo knows what's up.
They wait, what was I forgot what I was talking about. I just kind of had
Boy brothers in the broadcast.
Oh yeah, they open it up, and these guys on the ESPN broadcast are wearing hookah shells. Like
06?
What happened to journalistic integrity where you were unbiased? This is why we.
What happened to? Did you see that the Pittsburgh Pirates, Andrew McCutcheon, got everyone on the team fighting necklaces, and they've all been wearing them in the game?
Yes, that's funny. But what happened to journalistic integrity? Boomer White does not do that.
Yeah, well, hey, what about Wiley Ballard breaking the internet for getting a girl's number? Field recording.
F. I did not enjoy that. I did not enjoy that.
What? How did you not enjoy that?
I did not enjoy it.
There's the game, baby. First series win for Texas A&M in Fayetteville since 2014, Jake.
I was going to guess 2014.
Jake, you're just not a guy that likes to have fun then. I thought you would have enjoyed that.
I am unrivaled. I do not get excited. I'm the last bastion of neutrality in the SEC.
Brody Johnson's home runs by distance this year is Game 1, 421. Game 2, 386. Game 2, 438.
Harrison, You want to go ahead and bring this home?
Yeah, we can bring this on round third base and head for home.
Okay.
In the wise words of movie 42, to quote it, round third base and headed for home.
Let me give a shout out to our sponsors over at FanDuel. The wait is over. Baseball season is here, and you can start the season strong on FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Right now, FanDuel is celebrating the return of baseball by giving new customers $250 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. FanDuel has so many ways for you to get into the action. From hits to steals to home runs, they've got your lineup filled with all of your favorite bets. Or if pitching is your thing, FanDuel has a deep bullpen of bets from strikeouts to shutout innings. So when you place your first bet, and it can be on almost anything, and it hits, you get $250 in bonus bets. I, for one, absolutely love Nefries. That one's my favorite one to go to. Just visit FanDuel.com/SECU to join today. That's FanDuel.com/SECU. Make every moment count more with FanDuel, the official partner of Major League Baseball. And again, we want to thank our fans over at FanDuel. Disclaimer, I got to turn this one to the side because it's a lot. Must be 21 years and present in select states for Kansas and affiliate with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in D.C. First online real money wager only. $5 deposit required. Bonus issued as a non-withdrawable bonus bet, which expires in 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. That's sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Really appreciate y'all. Did you not enjoy that, Harrison?
I did, Jake. You're out of breath. I was waiting for you to go.
I know. Well, Chris doesn't want us to get sued. That would be a big damper on the Omaha Airbnb if we get sued.
You might get kicked out if that would happen.
I read the disclaimer, so if we get sued, I am
covering your grounds, covering your tracks.
You were the, so if we get sued, it's on you.
We're not gonna get. Why would we get sued?
For not reporting the gambling help stuff.
Oh, it wouldn't be on me. I'm not.
That's what's happening to Pat McAfee.
For what? He didn't report what?
Well, he's getting sued by Mary Kate Cornett.
That's different. That's not from gambling.
And he's also getting sued for gambling stuff. Somebody's getting sued for gambling stuff.
I don't know.
Should hit up room 40. What's room 40, Thomas? I'll be in Austin tomorrow, so.
Where's room 40? Oh, yeah, he's coming down for the ship room 40.
I know it. God damn it.
Is that like I'm
16th, fucking stupid.
16th green at, what is it? The 9th green at 9?
Yeah, do you know what room 40 is?
No.
He just said it.
I was on the right track. See,
I don't know. I was thinking. I mean, there is Red Room or Rose Room, wherever the hell it is.
I don't know. So, what should we expect next week for Jake's attire? What team?
Yeah. Make. Which one do you want, Harrison? I'll let you know if I have that gear.
I think you have to wear a South Carolina.
I do have some South Carolina stuff.
If they sweep, you have to wear it, I think.
Yeah. I do have a South Carolina hat.
Or A&M. What about A&M? I
wore A&M last week, I believe. So I'm trying to mix it up.
All right. You have to wear. What if Vandy sweeps? You gotta wear Vanderbilt stuff then.
Okay, I have a lot of Vandy stuff.
If Vandy sweeps, I'll wear a Vanderbilt t-shirt. How about that?
I got a jersey, I got a hat, I got a shirt.
Missouri, do you have? I went to Missouri. I didn't get anything from there. Obviously.
Yeah, I got a Missouri jersey.
All right, when they win their first SEC game.
Where is it? Let me see.
When they win their first SEC.
Yeah, here you go. There you go.
Can't even tell. Pull it out. So, which China factory is this from?
This is straight from the Missouri team. This is a game used jersey.
39.
I don't know. Some fuck that sold it to me on Facebook.
All right, that's Kangaroo Record as well. But
all right, thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see y'all later. And next week, Friday, Harrison, you will see next Monday on the Wind Up at noon, and Thursday on the Wind Up.
We will have a lot to talk about
with Chris Philly. Yep, should be a fun show. But thanks everybody for joining. See y'all.